Good morning. Welcome to Budget Model Railways. And we're in another little Metcalfe update this morning. Another quick Metcalfe building review, all about this layout, which is what we've been talking about, the buildings for this. And as you can see, it's coming along quite well. And we have two new buildings. So we have this, which is the Metcalfe PN185 N-Scale Industrial Unit. That was kindly sent to me by Metcalfe for review. The building behind is, let's see if I can do this, PN 960 low relief tower block, which I bought myself. So just so that you're aware of where it's all come from. Trying something different with the camera this morning. I'm back to using a tripod to see if we don't get some of the shakes. Excuse me if there's a bit of background noise of rain on the conservatory roof, but surprisingly it's raining again. We may just have had a bit of rain lately, as we all know, all well fed up with it, I'm sure. So let's talk about this little building first. So this is, again, great, useful little building, little industrial unit. Again, these are all available double O as well. So my comments would be as applicable for the double O. Really, a remarkable little building. Took me an hour to put together. Couple of fiddly spots. As always with Metcalfe, do read the instructions. But a very, very useful building for a modern outline. And in fact, with what I planned for this, I'm actually just bought another one of these to sit next to it. Very good price, about £9 if you shop around. Now, what I would say on pricing on all these Metcalfe buildings is please shop around, especially if you're on eBay. Whilst there are a number of companies offering very good prices, there are also a number of companies, quite frankly, taking the piss and charging almost double. So please do shop around. What I would say is most retailers with a bricks and mortar shop is the cheapest way. So if you're fortunate enough to have a local shop, go in and buy it from them, because then you're not meeting any postage costs. But there are one or two companies online that are very reasonable, even with the postage. So not a lot to say about that building, really. Quite impressive. It's got a load of internal detail, like the office. So if you wanted to leave the door open, which is why they've done it, you could. And you've got the usual option on signs and things like that. So let's talk about this one. PN 960, low relief tower block. Right. This is okay. Sorry, Metcalfe, but this is a little bit of a pig to build. Whoever designs these Metcalfe buildings is a genius. Whoever designed this one must have been a tormented genius. It's very, very clever. What I would say is I would deviate from the instructions a little. There is a solid card core that runs through the middle of this. I would build that first. Basically, it's a card core. Let's see if I can find the instructions and show you. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. This. And I would build that first in all its layers and let that dry. And then while it's drying, I would do the windows, I would do the wraps and that sort of thing, and get all those ready. But I would build the core first. What was fiddly about it is things like the balconies. There's about 8 pieces per balcony, and you've got 8 balconies to do. So the roof was also, it's quite fiddly. Very impressive building. In double O would be somewhat easier to build, I'm sure. But I wouldn't recommend it as your first Metcalfe kit. That, superb first Metcalfe kit. If you've not made Metcalfe before, make one of those. You'll be very happy. This one I'd leave till you've had a little bit of experience. Things I like, though, is I like the Venetian blinds that come as an option that you can put in all sorts of settings. And in fact, I would have used more had I realised how good they were going to look. It is blank on the back. It is a low relief building. They do admit to some problem here on the template. Doesn't make any difference because it's round the back. However, very impressive building. Very useful building for the back of a layout, back scene. Exactly what I wanted. Again, this has been a very interesting project because once I got the idea I just looked at the Metcalfe, and as you know, this brand new factory building, which is excellent, started it all off. I already had the modern waiting room, so we're going to be able to have a little station there, a little halt, and then with the industrial units. So the Metcalfe building is really making this layout, and there is a video due, hopefully in the next 10 days or so, all about this layout. But today I just wanted to talk about these two new to me Metcalfe buildings. One for the beginners, one for those a little bit more experienced, but both excellent as always, and I believe very good value for money. Compared to what some of the resin buildings are and so on, can't really go wrong with these. In the current scheme of things, very economical to buy, very easy to build, and they very much look the part. Yeah, so very pleased with them. So I hope you're enjoying these reviews. Work is progressing on the N-gauge layout, and I've got a video due on that as well. But in the meantime, I thought you'd like to see these. Thank you as always for watching.